Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would make a video about my Nintendo Switch and more specifically the games that I currently own in my Switch games collection, and I thought I would just give you kind of like some very not very in-depth reviews, but I thought I'd quickly talk about each of the games I own for the Switch in hopes that maybe if you're planning to buy a Switch for Christmas, for somebody as a gift for Christmas, or you know, if you have a Switch yourself and you're just after a few more games and you don't know which games are best for you, then hopefully this will help. So before we get into the games portion of the video, this of course is my Nintendo Switch. Now annoyingly, I have this Splatoon case here that I got when Splatoon 2 came out, and I got this case. I got it from, I can't remember if it was Game or Amazon now, and it's really cute. I love it. It's awesome. I like it because it's not very bulky. I had a case beforehand and it was just like a plain black one that I just got when I got my Switch just to make sure it was protected. But this one is it looks kind of flimsy, but I like it because it can fit into my backpack, and I don't like to carry very big bags. So it's perfect for me, and it comes with this cute little like inkling pouch. And if I open it up, I am actually missing a game right now. Well, I've got a game in my Switch, and then I actually lent Mario Kart 8 to a friend, so I'll hopefully get that back, well, next time I go to Nottingham actually. Yeah, so I can't play that right now, but anyway, this just holds 4 of your games, which I think at the moment that's fine with me because I don't own more than that, because let's be real, Switch games are pricey AF, but I mean, you can just like put them in a different pouch. It's not the end of the world, and it just zips up. And I actually think I just found what I lost. Yes, so with this, I can just, you get these little like rubber like cake cover things for your Joy-Cons here, and I also have one on this one, although this one I accidentally I split it. I don't know if you can see there, but oh, this is so hard to focus. I accidentally split that. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, but I accidentally split this. So that was very annoying. So currently I only have this one on and the other one keeps like falling off. So sorry if that's annoying. It's annoying me too. I might just take the other one off, to be honest, because this one keeps falling off as well, and they're just really annoying me, but they do look pretty cute when they do stay on. I of course chose to get the neon Switch Joy-Cons because I don't know, I'm a coloured person, if you couldn't tell by just everything about me. I like my colours, and I would kill for the Splatoon Joy-Cons, but they're like £80, so I'm sadly probably never going to get those unless someone decides to buy them for me as a present, or if I win the lottery, which is not going to happen. This is an overview of my hard copy Switch games. I own Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, as I said, that's currently with a friend, Splatoon 2, and Pokken Tournament XD. I also had this on the Wii U, so I was so happy that this got a Switch port, although I felt like I was one of the very few people who were actually pleased about that. And I do own some indie games for my Switch actually. My battery is like so low, oh my god. Okay, well, hopefully I can just quickly show you. Oh, updates are due. I own Stardew Valley as well, which, oh my gosh. If you know me, you know how much that game's taken over my life. It's not going to scroll for me, no. Well, I also have played my boyfriend's copy of ARMS and Zelda, that's why they're on there. I also own a game called I and Me, which I believe I have featured in my games that help reduce anxiety video, so I'll leave that in the description. I think I show that in a lot more in depth than I probably will today. And I also own a indie game called, probably not gonna wanna, Rudy, I don't know if you can see that, called Rudy Minkle's Dark Witch Music Episode, which is a small indie rhythm game. So I'll quickly talk about the indie games that I own on my Switch before I go more in depth about the big AAA titles. As I firstly showed on my Switch, I own a Stardew Valley. This recently came to Switch and it only cost, I think it was £10. That's because it is of course an indie game, and let me tell you, I've been waiting for this to come to the Switch for so long. I was so excited when they announced it, and my god, this game has overtaken my life. If you've been living under a rock your whole life or in the games world and you don't know what Stardew Valley is about, well, it has been extremely successful on PC, on Steam, It's done so well. I'm like so pleased for the developer. I think his name, he goes by Concerned Abe. But basically Stardew Valley is, you can, if you played Harvest Moon, then it is the same like style of game in the sense that it is like a farming style, kind of like a simulation game. What I really adore is like, it's got a very sort of like, not 8-bit, but it's got a very like retro games look to it, and the music is so beautiful, especially like the intro loading music. Like, I wanted to cry. I love it that much, and I don't know, I'm very into games music. I like own all the Pokemon soundtracks on my iPhone. The music of a game, it's something that like I have to really like it so I can enjoy the game, as it's like something you'll hear constantly throughout the game. Like, I'm not gonna mute the game for the entire time that I'm playing it. And basically, like, you start off on your farm, kind of like Harvest Moon, and then you just have to kind of build your way up. There's so many different things to do within the game. You can like make friends with the people who live in your town. You can obviously farm, you can fish, you can go mining, and it works in the format of like seasons. So you have like 30 playable days in a, no, I think it's 28 days in a season, and there are obviously 4 seasons in a year. I'm like at the end of year 1. I've taken a little hiatus from playing it. I actually encountered a bit of an issue with a bug, which I believe has been patched now, and so hopefully I can update that and we'll all be good to go. But I find, I know I get so absorbed in the game, and I can literally spend hours and hours just going deep into the mines, and before I know it I've played like 2 hours. And yeah, it's just such a lovely game just to lose myself in, and I just forget about all the outside world. And again, the music really helps my anxiety and just helps me to relax. And it's been a really nice game to play when I'm traveling, as it is a single player game, although I believe they are including multiplayer. So if you are on the hunt for a new single player game and that sounds like right up your street, or if you're a fan of like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, then it's definitely the game for you. And the other 2 like indie games you saw featured on my Switch was Iron Me, which again, I will link that other video down below. It's just like a little platformer game, but it's really cute, and I think it was like £8, so I was like, why not? And again, I really love the art style of it. That's the one thing with indie games, like they're kind of like graphics and art style are really cool, and like I feel like there are so many indie games that are just so underrated right now. And the other indie game I had on my Switch was a rhythm game called Rudy Minkle, which I believe actually has a second game on Switch now. So if you are a rhythm game fiend like me, then I'm sure you enjoy that one, and it is in a very cute like anime style as well. And now onto the main attraction of my Switch games, which are of course my hard copy Switch games. Firstly, we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the game I chose to buy with my Switch. I went with Mario Kart 8 for my game to buy with my Switch purely because obviously when I got my Switch, which I believe was like end of May, early June, so I had to wait a little while before I could get my Switch, as you know there are a lot of money, and that was because there just obviously weren't a lot of games out there. And I don't know why, I've never really been that into Zelda. I hate to say that, and I know Breath of the Wild is like a 10 out of 10 game and I needed to play it, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling it. And I've had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U before, and I know I really enjoyed it, so I just decided to go with that. And yep, again, it's pretty much like the Wii U version. It's got pretty much all the same tracks and cups, apart from they've got all like the extra DLC that you had to buy on the Wii U that's already included in it. That's why it's called like Deluxe, so that's pretty handy, as annoyingly I had bought the DLC on my Wii U version, but I sold my Wii U to get this, and like obviously I wasn't going to play it on my Wii U if I had the Switch version, so that kind of made sense. So that's nice that they've obviously got that included. I believe there are some new items and some slightly different game mechanics as well. Apart from that, there's really not a lot of changes to this game. But like if you are a massive Mario fan, or like I don't know, if you've got a family, or you're just quite into like party games, or you know just racing games, then this would be a good standard game to get for your Switch. Next we have Splatoon 2. This only recently came out in July. I never bought the actual game for Wii U when it was first out. I tried it on my boyfriend's, and like I was so terrible. I've never been very good at shooters or anything like that. So, but I definitely wanted to get it, as it looks so much better than the Wii U version, and obviously everything had been massively updated. so I was definitely very interested to buy it, and I knew I was going to have a lot of friends playing online. My main struggle with this game is it's a very multiplayer, like online focused game, and I've not been having the greatest luck with my internet, so I've really not been able to play this much in the recent months, which makes me so sad because I love this game. It's awesome, it's so much fun, and I love playing online with my friends, but I just can't because I just don't have good enough internet, and I will literally go to my parents and take my Switch just to play this because I miss it so much. But yeah, if you have crappy internet, then you're going to experience a lot of times where it will just kick you out or it will freeze, and the annoying thing is you will sometimes get punished for that, and it's like, I can't help my crappy internet, it's not my fault, like I pay so much for it, and yeah, my internet's just awful. But apart from that, gameplay wise, it's an awesome game. As I said, it's a great game to play online with friends. They have the salmon run mode now, which is really fun. There's just like the normal turf wars, which is my favourite thing to do. They have like rank modes. If you want to be like super pro at this, then you can go like ranked, which I kind of stay away from just because I like to play it for fun mostly. I love like the whole like little shop thing, and you can like buy different clothing items to help like upgrade your character, and of course there are lots of new weapons, and a lot more get added like quite often, to be honest. They have updates all the time. And then also a thing that happens on this quite a lot are splatfests, which you might see happening on Twitter quite a lot, which is where like we have like two sides. Like one of the first ones was vampire versus werewolf, so you'd pick a side. I was vampire, and then for like one weekend per month basically fight it out on turf wars, and then like whichever team sort of scored the most points in certain categories would win. So that's a really fun thing that happens pretty much every month. If you're really into like your multiplayer online kind of like shooter games, then I would definitely recommend this. And also I've got one of the amiibos over there, which you've probably seen on my Instagram, and they're really nice, I have to say. And my last game for my Switch I currently own is Pokemon Tournament XD. I feel like this game does not get enough love whatsoever. I know obviously if you are a younger player of Pokemon, you may be into the more like traditional RPG style game, which is like totally fine. I can totally see why. But me being an older player, and like I've played all the games to death, and it's nice to have like a different take of Pokemon every now and again. This is a really fun game. Pokemon Tournament XD is basically like the same as the Wii U version. However, they've added some more characters such as Decidueye, obviously because that Pokemon didn't exist before. They've got Darkrai and Polion, and there was one more. Basically, they've got the characters that were in the Japanese arcades, and I actually got to try them when I was in Japan, but I'm very happy that they are included in this version now. Pokemon Tournament XD is basically like a, it's obviously based on the game called Tekken, which is basically like a street fighter game. So you'll basically pick a Pokemon which is included. My favourites to play as are, I love mainly Chandelure because Chandelure is best at long range attacks, and my boyfriend gets very annoyed whenever I just spam him with like Flame Burst. I love playing Chandelure, Gengar, and I'm currently like maining Darkrai on like the main storyline. And you'll basically just face off against an opponent in like a one-on-one match, and it's kind of like smashing style where you have like different combos and like different attacks, and I just love having that feel of Pokemon. Like I know when I was younger I used to always dream about like just playing Pokemon in that way, and I used to love Battle Revolution on the Wii, so this feels like a super upgraded version of that. And the graphics are so nice in the game. Like it's such a, like all the Pokemon look so beautiful, and especially Pokemon like Empoleon and stuff, you can like see the actual like texture of the Pokemon, which I think is so nice, and I appreciate like small things like that. I also know on the Switch version they've added, and they've just updated it so you can do this online, but there's like a team battle mode, so you select like a team of 3 and then you face off against your opponent. That way you try and knock out all of their Pokemon first. There is like an in-game sort of tournament which I'm working my way up to beat. But yeah, it's just really fun, and it's kind of like a good game that if I want to again play like when I'm like traveling, because it's not always online and I just fancy like a quick game of something, then it's very fun. So if you're into your fighters and Pokemon and you just want like a different take on the Pokemon, then this would be definitely an awesome game to buy. Wow, I feel like I've done a lot of rambling then. I hope that made enough sense, and I hope from that you can sort of gauge what Switch games you may want to buy for whether it be yourself or for somebody else in your life. Also, tell me down below in the comments what other Switch games you guys are enjoying playing. I know I need to get Super Mario Odyssey. It's on my to-buy list. Don't worry, I will get it eventually. But I have just got Ultra Sun and Moon, so I feel like my Switch is going to get a bit neglected now. Other than that, I think that is it for today's video. And it's just started raining, so it's pretty good timing to end off. Don't forget to give this a like and to subscribe before you go. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!